Hello, welcome back to another Tabletop Talk. Today I thought I would talk a little bit about some fun ways I've learned to play ASG golf with the cards and dice. Kind of insinuated this a little bit in a previous video that I did with Payne Stewart, and wanted to talk about it a little bit because I've been playing quite a bit of this, and it's actually really enjoyable. Doesn't take a lot of time. Kind of gives you some like a historical replay and some excitement. So I just finished playing the last round of the 1966 U.S. Open, which was at the Olympic Club, as you can see here. And so let me, if you go to Wikipedia, you can get, if you look up U.S. Open, it gives you the entire list of the year, who won, who came in second, where it was held. And so for the 66, you just hit that, and then it gives you the round by round scores. So what I did was, going into the final round, Billy Casper and Arnold Palmer ended up tying and had a playoff. So what I did was replayed the last round of Arnold Palmer. He shot a 71. So I would Olympic is a 70 par course, so I would need to have done a 70 or better to win. And as luck would have it, I ended up shooting a 71. So we're still tied. So of course I could go do the playoff. But here you can see their final round scores. So Arnold Palmer started out really hot. He had like a 7-stroke lead going into the back nine, and ended up just falling apart. And they ended up tying, and then Casper ended up winning the playoff. The same thing kind of happened. Arnold fell apart. He went into the back nine with a 2-stroke lead in the playoff, but ended up falling apart at the end there again. So at any rate, in my replay of that round, where I shot a 71 as well, let me get back to my table here. Here's my scorecard. So I actually was a little different. He shot 2 over on the front nine, and again, he needed par. And then so I got 2 birdies, 1 on 10, 1 on 16. And then so if he would have parred the last hole, he would have won the 1966 U.S. Open in my replay. However, he ended up in the rough. He ended up in some trees, thankfully. On the tree roll, he was able to do okay, but then he hit the rough again. He didn't hit the green. Had a good chip, so he ended up with a 9-footer to win the tournament, and he ended up missing by a foot, and so he ended up bogeying hole number 5 for a 71 on the day. So that was actually very exciting. So again, he only needed a par on that last hole, and trying to debate whether to play it safe or to go for it. On the par 5 17th, I could have went for the green. I played it safe. Ended up not doing a very good approach shot onto the green. He was 30 feet away and missed that by 2 feet. So at any rate, that was a very, very fun way to play it. So I could go back. I mean, there's just so many different things you can do with this. So even with just this course and that tournament, I could replay all 4 rounds with Arnold Palmer. I could replay, get back here, I could replay Casper's round, his final round. I can replay both of the guys on the playoff. There's a lot of playoffs in U.S. Open history. And again, you could do this with the PGA. You could do it with any tournament. If you didn't want to do a major, Augusta and the Masters. I have St. Andrews, so I could do quite a few of the Opens. And again, it's one round of golf, and you've got the whole tournament on the line. And so I'm finding this to be a really fun way to play cards and dice, ASG. Without the need of the computer. I do have the computer game, and there's some things you can do with that, even though you're not able to input the stats, which would be great if you could do that along with the cards and dice. But, so again, you get the full benefit of a tournament without actually having to play every player. And it gives it like a historical context, and it's actually helping me to kind of learn who won each year. And so, again, with just a few courses, you could have a lot of fun with this. So, like, for example, Oakmont, I think they had 7 U.S. Opens, I think, maybe. Pebble Beach has had quite a few, So, obviously, with Augusta, you've got every Masters tournament that you can replay. And so, again, just the options are really unlimited, So, find your favorite player. Find out what year they won a tournament or came in second. See if, you can play that final round. See if you can better it. Not like if I did Casper in this 1966, he actually shot a 68 in order to be able to tie. So that would obviously be a bit more of a challenge than trying to get Arnold at better than 71. So I would have to shoot a 68 to tie or a 67 to actually win. So, Casper is one of my favorite golfers, so, that would be enjoyable and a bit more of a challenge. As far as the course conditions, sometimes they kind of give you a hint. If, most of these Opens have YouTube videos, so you can watch the video, see how the flags are moving, see what the weather looks like. But more often than not, I actually will just roll the dice on the course and then take my chances. So, obviously, if I roll a windy day in hard conditions, it's going to be a bit more of a challenge than, if the weather's nice. But, that's kind of how golf is. So, so you got that. Again, with depending on what set you have, if you've got a few sets and a few courses, you can have, hours and hours of fun without having to invest a ton of time. Again, one round and you're done. So, again, I mean, even Jack Nicklaus here in 66, he came in third, but going into Sunday, and this may have been, yeah, they did Sunday in 66. You see, he went in 4 strokes off of Arnold, so he shot a 74, which didn't do very good, so he would have had to better that by quite a bit. Again, I have to do the math, but the point is that, even that would be a long shot, but if Nicklaus was your favorite, you could see if, you could get him, into that winning circle, so to speak. So again, the options are unlimited, and it's just one round of golf. And you get that cards and dice for those of us who prefer that. Now, obviously, if you're content with the computer, you don't need to do all this. The options are unlimited there as well, because then the computer is actually playing, you're rewriting history, and, a lot of more what if there, but I'm finding that this is actually hitting a sweet spot for this game for me. Again, this last round was just very exciting. Again, Arnold just missed this one by a hair, and so far, he ended up, so I could stop here and say history took over, and he ended up losing in the playoff. Again, if I have the quick action cards, the quick play cards for the course, which I do on quite a few courses, I could go ahead and play Arnold and quick play Billy Casper, replay both of them, or again, I could have jumped right to the playoff, and so I just wanted to share this. It's something that it's kind of been really exciting for me. I've done quite a few of these on the side, and just wanted to share that a really cool way. So again, if you go to Wikipedia, you type in U.S. Open, you could type in the Masters Tournament. You can type in the PGA Championship and the Open, and all of them have every year, at least as far back as I've looked, which is back in the 60s. I think I even looked 1950, Ben Hogan, after that really bad car wreck in 49, won at Marion, and I do have the Marion golf course. So I looked, and they have the round-by-round scores, and so that would be really fun, because I've always been fascinated by Ben Hogan, to replay that one. So, and again, if you've got, a few courses and a few card sets, you can really have a lot of fun in a short amount of time and get that thrill of a whole tournament. So, anyway, as usual, always welcome comments. Life's been a little busier lately, so I haven't been able to do as much on the channel as I would like, but I still appreciate everybody's subscription and appreciate everybody's questions periodically and feedback, and still getting some views on some of the videos. So, again, wanted to share this because it's been a lot of fun for me, and a lot of you may have already figured this out. But I just wanted to share because I find that it's a really good way to play the game. That's not, doesn't take a month to do, and, you get all the thrill of a tournament. So anyway, I appreciate it very much, and I will see you next time.